morning. It's Taste Test Tuesday. I think I might have taste tested this last year around this time, but I have some new subscribers, and I really like it, so I thought I'd do it again. We have Celestial Seasonings White Chocolate Peppermint Tea. It's a black tea. Well, it's a white tea actually. I can have white tea and black tea. I just can't have green tea or herb tea. And it's very holiday-y and yummy. They only have it, around this time of year. So I made a big old thing of it. This is so big, I used 2 tea bags. It's so yummy. I put a little vanilla cream in it and a little bit of sugar in it, and it's yummy, yummy, yummy. So I got this at Walmart, but you can probably get it pretty much anywhere. And when it gets towards the end of the season, I usually grab 2 or 3 boxes to, stash away. So I went over to my son and daughter-in-laws and grandkids, and their mom does an Advent form that sometimes it's little presents and sometimes it's little tasks or whatever, little things that happen. And one of the things they get every year is I make them from scratch hot chocolate. So I was Saturday's Advent, but then my grandson he's in a play, so he had to go to a rehearsal. Ugh, my hair's really bad. Okay, that's a little better. So we ended up doing Saturdays on Sunday. So I went over and I made the hot chocolate, and then I made homemade taquitos and hung out, and then it's called Beat Saber, B-E-A-T Saber, like lightsaber, only Beat Saber. And it's a Oculus, one of those 3D where you put the thing on and you see in the 3D, and you have these things that you put on your hands that you do stuff with, and I was so terrible at it. You have these boxes flying at you and you have to lightsaber them, and it took me like 2/3 of the way through to realize that they had little arrows on them where you're supposed to go like this or go like this or go like this. So I was hitting them or poking them or whatever, but I wasn't doing it right. You were supposed to, like, if it came flying at you, and they gave me the slowest one and I still couldn't do it, but my grandson's like but yeah, I stank at it, but I didn't realize about the arrows till most of the way through, and then I finally started getting it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I have to go down with these, up with these. But if they flew like you had red on one side and blue on the other, but if they switched places or they flew on top of each other with arrows going opposite ways or whatever, I was doomed, couldn't do those. If they were flying straight at me, I could maybe do them, but any switching places, side, up, down, yeah, no. and as the games get harder, there's a bunch of different games, and it's to music too. So that's part of the beat. It's like beat, kind of beat, music beat. Excuse me. Some of the songs are like faster, some are slower. And some, they have these boxes that come at you have to dodge, and I'm very bad at it, but of course, great hilarity ensued with my family watching me try and do it. Then my daughter-in-law sent me home with this. Can you hear it? This is ornaments that were in with their ornaments that I said I didn't have any, and I do have a few, I guess. I had forgotten that I had some over at their house, so I'm going to show you my ornaments that, I don't know how many of them I'll put on my tree, because my tree's not very big, plus, I kind of have a theme going, but this one's gorgeous. I forget where I got this, but it gets wrapped in bubble wrap and gets treated delicately. I had one of these. I had one when I was a kid. It was a peacock, and it lost its feathers, but I wouldn't let them throw it away, so I hung the peacock with no feathers for many years as a child. And then this one is really big and heavy, so I don't know if this one will go on the tree or not. It's got a nativity on it. It's got a cow and a camel, but it's super heavy, and that tree's kind of small. So this one will probably just get packed away for, maybe I'll get 2 trees or a bigger tree or something. This is the one you heard jingling. It says, Emmanuel, God is with us. Matthew 1, 22 and 23. And it's a bell. And that's a kind of heavy too. So those two are too big and heavy. They probably won't go on the tree. One of the kids gave me this one year. Or maybe my daughter-in-law or whatever, because I always do all the cooking. It says Pat 2012. So that shows you how long I've had that one. I've got some that are really old. Like this one. This is really old. My two granddaughters, one's graduating from college in May, and the other one will, you know, she's a junior, so she'll be going into her last year of college. This is one of them. This is the one that's graduating. It's baby Alyssa. Now she's almost 21. So this thing's 20 years old. Ugh, they're all sticking together. Gotta untangle them. This is the other one. It's kind of hard to see. This is Emma on this side and Alyssa on that side. Let's see, there we go. When they were itty bitty babies. So that's 20 years old also. The star in the sky looked down where he lay. This is made out of metal. It's kind of big too. So some of these are just too big for my itty bitty tree. I might try and put a few of them on, but I want to keep them because they were given to me, you know, by people. So they have special memories. Ugh. This one's caught. I don't know how to uncatch it. Oh, this is broken, so I see how you gotta go this way. There we go. This little piece is broken. I don't know where it's supposed to go, but it says Grandma's Sweeties, and then it's got my 4 grandkids' names: Emma, Levi, Alyssa, and Paxton. So definitely have to keep that one. This is from my friend that I went to see in Costa Rica. She gave that to me many, many years ago when the kids were little bitty. And then I don't know where I got this. Somebody gave me this. It's kind of big too. It's not one of my favorite ones, so this will not go on the tree. And last but not least, I don't know if I did it this year or not. I used to every year make some kind of paper ornament to write our wish for the coming year on it. And this is one that I made, let's see what the date is, 2018. And it's still the same wish, but here it is. So I made this, and then on the back you write your little wish. And my wish was, have good health and lose weight, 2018. Yeah, well, that's the same wish all these years later. So I do this pretty much every year for the kids, and they have their little Christmas wishes they put on the tree every year. And this is one they found of mine, but I don't know what happened to the other ones. They're paper, so could have been anything. So I probably will put the ones of the babies on and this one on now, but the rest of them I think I'm just gonna pack away because they're kind of too big. These are too big for my itty bitty tree. This one, it's broken. I have to figure out how to fix it. Its little arm fell off. I have to figure out a way to fix it. This one's definitely too big. And this is not a favorite. It's plastic. I don't know. Just, yeah, it's okay. And then this one will definitely go on. This brings back childhood memories, and it's beautiful. So today is Vlogmas Day 13, I think. I've got those masks that I got from my granddaughter, and you're supposed to do one every day for 12 days, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just save them and do them on Mask Mondays. I don't think you want to see me in a scary looking mask every day for 12 days, although my skin could use it. I don't have any makeup on and I've got dark circles under my eyes. Ugh. So tomorrow, let's see what my week looks like. Today I didn't do anything. Went over the grandkids yesterday. Oh, you want my hot chocolate recipe? It's super easy. I'll give it to you. I'll even write it in the comments too, but it's super easy. And it's homemade hot chocolate that's yummy. You take 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder, dark or regular, whichever. I usually just use the regular. 1/3 of a cup of water, and just with the temperature down pretty low, you just cook that a little bit till it's kind of all combined. And then you add 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and you cook that a little bit till the sugar starts to melt. And it ends up this, chocolatey goo. And then you add 2 cups of milk and a little splash of vanilla. That's it. And don't boil it, just simmer it, because you boil it, the milk gets funny, and you have to keep stirring, because sometimes if you're not careful, you get chunks of the chocolate, and those you can squish on the side of the pan or scoop them out or whatever if you're getting these chunks you can't get to dissolve. And then you pour it over a small handful of miniature marshmallows, and there you go. Homemade hot chocolate. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. It's so much better than the instant stuff, and it doesn't take that much of your time. So I highly recommend it on a cold day or as a Christmas treat. So that's it for today. I still have, let's see, if today's the 13th, that gives me 11 more days to figure out, because I'm only going to go through Christmas Eve. I'm not going to do Christmas Day, although don't know what I'm doing on Christmas Day, so I could maybe do Christmas Day. We'll see. I don't think there's going to be any family stuff going on. On the 23rd, I'll have to film that ahead, because we're going out to my son that lives about 100 miles away, and we're going to have our Lobus family Christmas, where it's me and my kids and their kids, so all 9 of us will be together in one spot, which only happens about once a year nowadays. And we don't really do presents. We just do a $30-ish, $20 to $30 gift, and we, steal from each other and that whole thing. Oh, back to what I'm doing this week. I got sidetracked. Tomorrow is what we call them circles at church, but it's a small group of, ladies we meet, and we just, what our church does, instead of doing Bible studies, we meet at people's houses after, like not on Sunday, some other day, whatever day they choose together, and we go deeper into the sermon and more how it affects us in our lives and how we can carry out, the precepts of the sermon and so on. So we're having a Christmas party with lots of goodies. I'm going to make they're gluten-free. The box says cinnamon crumb cake or coffee cake or something like that, but I make them as muffins, and you put a little bit of batter in, and then you put this little sugar crumb stuff, and then you put more batter, and then more cinnamon sugar crumb stuff on top. They make yummy gluten-free muffins. They're made by Krusteaz, Krustz, I think it's spelled. So I'm gonna make those, so I'll have something I can eat. I think one of the girls gluten-free, so we'll have something to eat. And then, yesterday I went to my old church I used to go to like 10 years ago. I went there for 10 years, but it was 10 years ago, if that makes sense. And their Sunday school class that still meets, and it's still almost all the same people. They have a Christmas party once a year, and just to keep in touch with everybody, I go to their Christmas party, and they had a little gift exchange too. Let's see if I can get you to see that. See that little pillow, right? The little bitty pillow, and then the plant. That's what I got in their little gift exchange. So you have to zoom in on it if you want to see it better. So anyway, back to what I'm doing this week. So Tuesday I'm doing the Christmas party thing. We're going to go and do our, usual going deeper into the sermon thing. And then we're going to have a potlucky breakfasty thing. Then we're gonna go over to somebody else's house, and she wants everybody to see her Christmas decorations, so we're gonna go over to her house too, and that's where we're gonna open the gifts, do the gift exchange. And then Wednesday, I do BSF, which is a Bible study. We're doing it's called the Two Nations, I think, and it's basically about all the prophets, Isaiah and Ezekiel and all those guys. So it's an in-depth Bible study. It goes for 9 months, and you go, it's about this big a book, and there's questions you ask, and a lecture, and then a group thing where you discuss that week's readings and stuff. So it's a regular Bible study. So I do that Wednesday mornings, and then Wednesday afternoon. After that, I usually go play pinochle at the senior center, but I have a dentist appointment, fun. So I'm gonna go to the dentist on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, I gonna go visit another YouTuber. So we're gonna film, both of us are gonna film it, so you will see what pursues in our little adventure. So I'm gonna go down, she's a couple towns down the road, a little farther than I usually like to drive, but not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance to drive down there, because she is disabled and can't drive, so it's on me. So I'm gonna go down there and visit her on Thursday. I don't think I have anything on Friday. Yeah. And Saturday, my daughter-in-law, she's got a master's in apologetics, and then the last year she's been going to like a sort of a divinity type school, so she's getting ordained on Saturday. So we're gonna go down and watch her get ordained, so that's exciting. And that's it for my week. I might get my week blessing was supposed to come in November, still hasn't shipped. I don't know when it's coming. It better get here before January, because I'm going to try and do a no spin January. I'm going to pause my boxes even, and not try and I'm going to try and eat what I have in the house. Maybe buy some fresh stuff a little bit, but not. I'm going to try and spend as close to $0 in January as I can. So we'll see how that goes. So I just want to see how I can do, make do with no roommate or anything. So how tight I can make my expenses, I guess is what I'm looking to see how close I can get to $0. And if your car breaks down or something, yeah, you're gonna have to spend money. You totally run out of food, you're gonna have to spend money. You gotta buy gas. So you're gonna have to, plus your regular electricity and garbage and all that kind of stuff. You gotta pay all those bills, health insurance, all that stuff. But as far as Amazon and Walmart and buying goodies for myself, that's gonna be a $0. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's it for now. Taste Test Tuesday and Christmas ornaments. Oops. Right side up. Yummy, yummy. And this will last me half a day, and I like these things because it'll keep it warm for the half a day that this lasts me. It's still really hot. I have one of those instant tea kettle things. It's got a base, and you put it on, and it heats the hot water up in just like a couple minutes, and it gets like to boiling. So I put it in here, but then I only put the hot water up to like maybe there, and then I fill the rest up with cold water because it's boiling. It's so hot. So even though I filled up from here up with cold water, it's still really hot. So this will last me all day, heating this all day. Alrighty, I rambled on for 20 minutes. See, that's the thing. I didn't worry about doing Vlogmas because I can ramble on for 20 minutes and say nothing, which I just did. So it doesn't take much for me to ramble on for 20 minutes. So Vlogmas shouldn't be an issue for me to get all 24 days done, because I'm a good Love you all. If you don't know who I am, I'm Pat. I'm a grandma. I was disabled. Now I'm just retired, but I'm, you know, still got health issues, but that's okay. But I do lots of stuff. I get out there and don't let anything stop me. I get out there and do lots of fun stuff, and I try and bring you some fun stuff. I took a couple pictures of, it's a good thing I did too. Took a couple pictures on my way home from my kids' house of some pretty houses, and so I'm going to try and go out tonight and take some more and do some, you know, looking at the lights. I can't do, because I'm driving, so I can't like just drive and do like this with the camera, you know, because I'm driving, but I'll stop and take a picture and stop. And so it'll be a bunch of series of pictures. It won't be like more like a film. But so I was driving home from my kids' house, and I stopped pretty near their house and took a picture, or tried to take a picture, and I realized I had left my phone at their house. So thank goodness I decided to do this and take pictures, because I would have got all the way home, which is about 30-minute drive, and then had to go back. So luckily I was like 5 minutes away when I realized I didn't have my phone and went back and got it. Because you can't get by without your phone nowadays. And, you know, they couldn't call me and say, oh, gee, you left your phone here, because I left my phone there. So they'll probably do that maybe tonight when it gets dark. My neighbors don't seem to be too light. My ones on my street aren't doing too much lights, but I'll just drive around and find some other places that are doing pretty lights, because I'm sure there's bound to be some that go overboard. Oh, I got like devil horns or something with my hair. It's gone. All right, love you all, and happy Vlogmas. Talk to you soon. Well, tomorrow. Bye-bye.